Hey, everybody.
Can y'all hear us?
There's probably no one there, but that's okay. We're about to do our review for Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 6.
Yes. Okay, it's two people. Hey, y'all. I hope y'all can hear us. I'm India.
And I'm Michelle.
And we're going to start our live review.
Okay.
So comment, y'all. Comment, subscribe, all that stuff.
Yes. So let's just get to it and discuss the fact that these couples are all nuts.
Yeah,
like kind of like everybody got a little something crazy about them. Like every single person, except Kristen needs therapy, I think, but everybody else, like what? Who?
But
who
I
y'all
think
y'all
the
are?
only two sane ones are literally Kristen and maybe Stasha is half sane. They're the only.
Stasha needs therapy too.
Yeah, I know, because she knows it.
She does, but okay. So let's get started. The episode, I didn't really do by couples, or I guess it was hard to take notes by couples because it was very intermixed, this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So
it started off with the couples, the guys meeting and the girls meeting separate. And they were getting into it, honey. And the guys were spilling the tea more than the women.
So, sorry, I was trying to make sure. Are we in this the right way?
If y'all can see us, can y'all comment?
Oh, yeah, we are. Okay. So, the guys and the girls. So, I just felt like guys are very, not I want to say messy, but guys gossip and talk just as much as the women, if not more.
They were worse.
They take no.
Like, let's get the tea. What's the tea?
Yeah, like right. What's right? Why would they be like, "What's the tea?" Whereas meanwhile, the girls are like, "Okay, let's just talk about things." Like they were. I just felt like the girls were way more. What do you call it? Just modest, kind of. Like they did. I just didn't feel like they were like giving all the tea. They were being very just like, this is what's going on. Kristen tried to have her big build up, and they tried to give it to her, but I don't know that it was.
It fell flat. That build up,
was
flat. Like, oh my gosh, he's trying to have sex with you.
He pounced me, is what she said. I was like, he was drunk. You got him drunk. Y'all knew y'all was drinking. Anyway, so I thought each woman went through. So Alexis went through, and she was talking about how Justin was really sensitive, and it's hard for her to deal with that. Meanwhile, on the flip side, they did the whole little juxtaposition, and he was talking about how she loves that she accepts him for being sensitive, and she really loves it, and he knows. And I was like, that's not what she said. That's not what she said. Mm-hmm. She said it's very hard for her, and she's having a difficult time, and she's trying. And he is far too sensitive for me. I don't know about you, but I cannot. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this season if he cries this much.
I think he can't regulate his emotions. If he's crying this much, he has to get angry fast, y'all. I'm waiting to see it. Like crying.
His emotion, right? It's not the only emotion, right?
So I want to know if he gets happy easily. Is he angered easily? Because that is like, woo,
I can't, y'all. So each couple went through they did the whole little back and forth how each couple was doing. Nate and Stasha did their little what they were up to. Stasha was like, "Oh, we're good. We had a bath. We did this. We did that." And then boom, Nate is acting like they're taking their time because he just wants to make her comfortable, and
Nate is full of shit.
He is full, and everybody can tell.
Knows it. The viewers know. We know it. Nate is full of
everybody
it.
Can tell.
And then he wasn't saying anything. I was like,
he never says anything.
I said, oh, Nate is not smart.
No, Nate does not want to say anything.
But he was talking in circles. He didn't say anything.
I know.
He literally
never does.
Because what was Nate talking about?
He doesn't talk about. He does not say anything of substance. He does now, even when they're talking, and she knows it. She's actually very smart because she picks up on it. And Lindy knew too, because later on,
Lindy called her out. Getting back at these couples,
it's crazy.
It's too much.
It's a lot.
It's too much.
Okay. So then what happened?
Okay, let's go back.
So
after the group stuff, they did individual dates.
Wait, we gotta
go through the group.
You know, go through one. Okay. Because
you're right.
Because what you call it? What's her name? Morgan and Ben. she was talking about how she was really attracted to him. She really wanted to have sex with him, all of that. He was making it seem like they was, getting touchy-feely. Justin talked about the celibacy, and he's like, she really, like, she's respecting me, or what did he say? I don't know. But the guys were like, I don't think, no, Nate said, the one thing Nate said that I did agree with, so he just doesn't talk about himself. He was like, he doesn't want to have sex because he doesn't want to be pee-whipped. And I think that's true. Like, this man is already crying and in love with her. Like, why? Like, having sex is going to make it worse. You're right. Okay.
He is not in love with her. They are very lustful.
But it's not lustful because they could have sex. Like they said, you're married. Why are you, like Miguel said, why are you not having sex?
There's no way you're in love with this woman and you've known her for 5 days.
He's not. I agree with you. I don't disagree with you. But what I'm saying is, if you are in love with someone and you're married, why wouldn't you have sex? Which is what everybody asked. Why wouldn't you have sex? You wouldn't have sex because you're scared either that you aren't good at it, that you don't have.
Maybe it's his performance. Maybe he's scared of his performance.
Oh, you think, what if he's infinite? Like, what if he can't get hard?
He could be.
But I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's not adding up to their emotions and how they feel and all of this other stuff. And she said as soon as he's ready, she's ready. So they are waiting on him. The last one is Lindy and Miguel,
aka
Mindy. So
they were the first ones to have.
They were the first ones.
Lindy is giving battered woman, and I'm with Stasha.
You're with Stasha?
Very much.
I actually, when she talked about it, she kind of gushed. So I thought, okay, maybe it was natural. Maybe it did happen in a way that, they was with it.
Okay.
But I will say this. They got to get it together and they got to get on the same page, because you can't call out your husband and say these things about your husband that you don't like and then turn around and be like, no, it's fine. I like it. I love it. Because everybody's looking at you crazy.
Because she's giving battered wife. And with her upbringing, she's probably used to protecting men. Maybe so. I don't know. She pressured her. Thank you, Katera. Hope this Katera. Thank you. Miguel pressured her. Not to say it wasn't good. Maybe it was a little pressure and it was fine and she felt good about it. And like he said, it was more passionate than he imagined it would be. However, she's flip-flopping.
Well, she said that he didn't pressure her.
Flip-flopper. She's a flip-flopper.
She did.
He did pressure her. He was trying to get that massage. He was trying to pressure her from day 2.
He definitely pressured her. He definitely did. I try to take people at their word. That's the one thing I do. I try to, if they say that that's how they felt, I try to say, okay, that's what they felt. But he probably pressured her.
He pressured her. And then, okay, anyways. All right. So then they did the individual dates. We can go to...
Next. Okay, so yeah, everybody's Mindy the point. I need Mindy to be
twice. Me too.
Yes.
You okay, sis? Because it's getting confusing.
So
okay, so then they did the dates. Ben and Morgan were first. They did the dinner.
Yes, and so I think Ben gives me very concerned about how he's coming across on camera.
Oh yeah.
He is the most like calculated at the way he talks, what he talks about. He thinks he's on a scripted show or something. Like, he's very concerned about his lines because it just doesn't come across natural at all.
And I just wanted to say that I do think they could work, right? Because when she was talking at the date, she was saying that she don't do much on the weekends. Well, this is before that dinner and that blew up. But she was saying she don't do anything on the weekend. She likes to just relax. And I was like, oh, that might be what he like, because he don't want to spend money. So I was like, this actually might not be a disaster because of his frugalness. She might be pretty, frugal herself. But honey, we found out later that, because that's what my notes, I was like, they actually could work based on, some things. I can see how they were matched. Girl, but did you watch the after show last week?
No.
He said he thought he was gonna be matched with a Blasian. He literally said Blasian, y'all. Did y'all see it? So he wanted him a Blasian, and I was like, oh, that's not her. I can see that.
How could you get so specific on a show? Like, have these people watched the show before? Like, you don't get to like hand pick what you want. Like, they do not do that. They do not.
Well, he said that's what he thought. He said all his friends thought he would be matched with Blazer. I said, oh, so that's his type. He don't want to say that because clearly that lady is not.
Right.
But that's his type. He wanted a little black and Asian woman. He
I
didn't
don't know.
get that. And he ain't get that, y'all. Just
so
point that out.
You're right. And they seem to think that they had things in common, but he said they're only surface. So they had their date, and then then after they had their date, okay, everybody else had their date, but after their date, that's when we were introduced to the fact that they had a little sit down talk, because she told him
the truth about her education.
Which I don't understand why it has to be a lie. It's very weird. Like, I don't know if this girl was like, I'm a nurse. And then she had to say, oh, I'm a nurse, but I haven't finished my nursing degree. I don't know what
she lied about. Well, I did. Looked at Matt's face. Okay, a Blasian is a black and Asian.
Oh, person. Yeah.
You can tell he like
black, he wants a little bit more. Yeah. He wants somebody.
So black and Asian is Blasian. That's what he said. That's what Ben said on the after show last week. Blasian. But anyway, she lied. Okay, the lie was the fact that on the application they ask you your highest degree, and she must have said she has a bachelor's degree. She does not have a bachelor's degree, but I don't know if she physically lied to him. Like,
right. It was more or less like,
said, hey, on the application I said I have a bachelor, but I'm one class out. That Mav's fan had a picture of her the wedding or whatever was in February. In March, she was done school. There was proof of it on her page that she was actually done school.
Oh, so she just had the one class.
She literally was finishing up the class. So yes, it was a lie.
But Ben also said he overreacted. Later in the show, in his interviews, he said he overreacted. And he went and ran to Justin and told him that he was lied to and he felt betrayed or something.
Ben might want Justin, because him wanting a Blasian, it all makes sense.
So I do feel like, I literally, when I was watching, I was like, Ben and Justin are giving me Jose and old boy vibes. Like how they just really like always wanted to talk and be together. And it was just like, y'all are in this process to be married. Like, why? It honestly pissed me off. Like, do y'all know, like, early on in this show, you didn't even get to interact with the other couples, and now y'all like think that the other couples are a part of your relationship. They're not. Like, back up. It was weird.
It was weird. She's still an RN. No matter how you cut it, she's an RN, and now she's gonna make $1.50 more because she has her BSA.
Yeah.
Like, let's be clear. She clearly was working at a hospital as an RN. There are some hospitals that don't allow you to work as an RN without your BSN, but clearly the one she was, and there's some in our area that you can if you don't make much more.
And in this day and age, they need all the nurses they can get.
Right. So it's not affecting the pay like that. She might, like, who knows, like, it's just stupid. It's dumb. And she wasn't lying about literally having only one more class, because apparently she was completely done by the next month.
But I also don't understand why she wanted to keep it a secret. So I feel like that she made it worse, maybe, by being like, I need to tell you this before we go forward, or whatever she said that made him feel like, one, it was a lie, and two, it was a secret. Like, why are you making it a secret? And then when she was talking to the girls, she did not tell them the reason why they got into it. She did not tell them.
Oh, you're right.
She made it seem like they were having communication difficulties and other things. And she made it about the finances. She did not make it about the issue and the degree.
And Morgan? Oh, Morgan wasn't. No, not Morgan. What's the one that's with
Alexis wasn't there.
She wasn't there.
Alexis wasn't there. And she said, and he basically was like, oh, I have to tell you something. I told Justin, and Justin probably told Alexis. Well, we know that those two gossiping twins definitely talk. All they do is talk about it in the couples. So I just feel like they blew that up.
I think he's trying to find any out, because she lied. Okay, she lied. And then number two, you talking about student loan debt?
She's a nurse. And we live in America.
Who don't have student loan debt?
This is the most,
like, what are you talking about?
I was mad about that. Like, sir, you live in America. If you don't have student loans, great. But nobody assumes that people that are educated and have degrees don't have loans. Like, that assumption is asinine.
But he wasn't the only one that cared about that. Not Miguel. Miguel. Like, are y'all seriously?
And y'all are in. Well, he's only 30.
Student loans.
But Ben is only 30. So why would you think that someone that is even in your peer group that you would be matched with within 5 years of you is finished paying off their student loans? Like, they're 10-year loans. Okay.
I agree.
Right,
Ben isn't
whatever.
feeling her. I agree with you.
He isn't.
EB24601. He not feeling her, which is why he's switching the goalposts. Like, which one is it? So she's a liar and she has student loans, and all of a sudden, like she said, I don't need you to pay my student loans.
And that was weird. And no, I may not have as much money saved. I may not invest in the stock market and stuff.
Yeah.
But that is
crypto.
It's fine.
And,
like,
and he's so pressed, and all his money probably down the drain. Mr. Crypto,
right, Mr.
like,
Crypto. What that crypto looking like today?
Judging people. And look,
so
and you can teach her something. Y'all money come together and y'all invest together. Like, why do you think people? He's another one of them. He wanted to drop in wife, to just drop into his life. He don't want to go on dates. He don't want to court. He don't want to spend money.
And she wanted to drop in husband.
But they were judging her for wanting to drop in husband, and he wanted the same
that's
thing.
Fair. You're right. Who was we ain't talked about Kristen and Mitch, but Kristen and Mitch, they kind of didn't get on them for like the first half of the episode.
Mitch was barely in the show.
Yeah, they did not have them on the episode that much.
Okay, so Sasha and Nate, they did a picnic date.
Yes. And
they were talking, and I just put Nate doesn't seem to have his own opinion. Whatever Sasha says, he kind of goes along with it. What were they asking?
And he also
about therapy.
Yes. And
she
then
was like, "Would you be willing to do therapy?" Basically, before like now. Yeah. And he was like, "Now and for what?" And you can tell he probably was hesitant, but he never said that. He just like, "Yeah, I'm down." And it's like,
and she was like, "No, you do therapy. It's not just as a as a solution. It is like an ongoing thing."
Yeah.
And it's very clear he's surface. He's surface. He doesn't ever seem connected. He does not ever seem very genuinely interested. He doesn't seem genuine. And everybody, like, people said it. They said he doesn't seem genuine. They said he's always on his phone. So they're not even showing us that he's always on his phone. When he talks to her, like you said, he repeats back stuff and he just doesn't engage. Like, she asks him a question and he doesn't answer it.
Yeah. He doesn't have an opinion of his own. He asked her a question back. When she said, "Are you willing to do therapy, or what do you think about therapy?" He asked her a question back. He never said, "I wouldn't have considered it now, but I am open to your reasoning." Like, he never said anything. He asked her a question back.
But you know what? Nate is broke and he's on the show for his money. So I've established that.
She's gonna be like, y'all heard about that lady who had that dinner date at Popeyes, that first date, and now they married? She gonna be like him. She got all the stuff, and she's going to settle for Nate. I can see them working, and Nate is settling for her because she is a good-looking woman, and she got a lot going on, and she seems pretty intelligent. Like, I don't know what.
He's a 5, and he has a bankruptcy, so it's
and somebody was commenting on the bankruptcy. It's a personal. He said it was personal and business. It's not just business, because somebody in our last video was like, "Oh, a business bankruptcy. He can still work with those lenders." He said both. He actually used them interchangeably, which made me think he was.
He just had a bit. He just bankrupt.
It was personal. It wasn't no business bankruptcy. It was personal.
Oh, right. I really hope she don't let him move in. Oh my gosh. So the other thing that happened with all the couples was the group dinner, but it's stuff that happened in between it. So I kind of don't want to jump to that yet.
Okay.
But he so after that, the group Justin and Alexis's group date, they went on the boat. And they were cuddled up on a little catamaran sail thing.
Catamaran.
I mean, it wasn't a catamaran, whatever, the little sail thing. And they were just so lovey-dovey, and I don't know.
Oh, well, she asked him. He said something about having the same bank account.
Oh yeah.
And I said, "Excuse me, huh?"
Yeah, she did say, sorry.
And
she
then,
did say that.
And then he did say, "We'll have our joint." I was like, "Oh, okay," because you talking about combining money.
Yes.
Then she blasted that she makes more money than him. Like, how you feel that I make more money than you, and you gonna basically have to be cooking and cleaning?
She blasts everything.
Yeah,
like, she is so egotistical.
I mean, unless you're making double of what he's making, there's no point in even bringing that up. Like,
and the fact that they talked about it already is great. Why is she bringing it up
on camera? I make more money than you. Not that we talk about finances, blah blah. She's like, "Oh, how do you feel about me making more money than you? Like, does that mess with your ego?" Like, girl, what? I think she's a little too straightforward. I'm not gonna lie.
And she's a little too.
She's a little crass and don't have a lot of tact sometimes.
At all, like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that
dinner,
y'all.
I want to like her. Y'all know I want to like her, but honestly, it's a little childish.
She is pressed, and I don't know. She talked about him And then, she said
What she say about
I
him?
can't.
What she say about her? I ain't have much notes on them, y'all. Anything else that happened between Justin and Alexis that we need to talk? No decorum. Thank you. She really don't.
They don't have. Neither of them do.
She do
Neither
seem more into him. And then at the end of the night, when he started breaking down, crying, child, but we'll get to that.
They was drunk too, but that was too much. So what else happened on the dates? Kristen and Mitch. Kristen went to the beach with Mitch, and Mitch was surfing, but they didn't really have much.
It was no real
together interaction.
It was cute. They went surfing. It was fine. She was saying that she'd like to see him in his element. So I was like, okay, they're doing good. Yeah. And then they didn't show them like that.
They didn't show them until the group dinners and the group stuff. She did have a conversation with Alexis about. So let's talk about those conversations, the group conversations. So Kristen and Alexis had a conversation, and she was basically like, I don't know what to do. I need to figure out how I want to address this. It seems like he's trying more. And Alexis was like, basically, you need to decide what you want to do and how you want to handle it. And so I think that was sound advice. And it seems like they're close, but Kristen needs therapy because she is looking for validation from someone else, but then she's putting on this front like, I'm running this. No, clearly you're not, because you're still very concerned about him, and you should be. So you don't have to put up this front like you're in a marriage where someone told you that they weren't attracted to you and that the attraction has to grow. Like, that's a tough position to be in. Yeah. So just see where things go. So what, Chris? Yes. First she said she said she was leaving, and if he doesn't smash, and then as soon as he tries to show some attraction and affection, she's like, no. They were sitting and talking, and she was like, oh, we got into. So they're having their little conversation at breakfast, and she's like, we got a little hot and heavy last night. We had to stop things. He was like, yeah, I was ready to go. Like, what do you want from? What do you want from me?
So much more.
What do you want from me?
They're not gonna work.
In my Tyrese voice, what more do you want from me?
They're not gonna work.
What? What is this man gonna do? So, bottom line is, Kristen needs way more validation than Mitch is ever gonna give her. Yeah, he's never gonna give that to her, and she needs to go to therapy for that, because she's gonna always look for validation from a man if she doesn't realize that she's gotta know her worth, and if they've given her what she wants, then perfect. If they're not, then you gotta go. So then somebody said he was drunk. He's probably been drunk the whole time. At this point, I think Mitch is like, let's just do it. I'm gonna just stay drunk, and that'll be easy.
Somebody said Kristen and Mitch. Oh, y'all, he told her he's not. I get he told her he's not attracted to her, but she keeps saying she's still going to move forward. So are you going to move forward, or are you going to be like, hold up, we're not doing nothing until you tell me you feel attraction? Then say that. You trying to purposely get him drunk so he can make you think that he's more attracted than he is.
Like, it doesn't matter. It's not adding up. Yeah.
Is it one mic or Uchi Wally? Because you're confusing us.
No, and she's very much giving one mic, but then she is like, girl, you cannot act like you're running this, but you need him to validate you. Like, I don't know. I
understand what you're saying, Cheesy Smith. I wouldn't want to sleep with a man after that, but then stop. She wants him to want to sleep with her so she can deny him.
And she kept saying, I'm gonna fall in love with him. Like, what is it's the show, y'all? It's the show. Okay, so here's my other theory. I don't know if they done told them they gonna get some money at the end, but it's feeling like a competition reality show, because they are competing to be the best couple. And I'm like, what is happening here? Like, when did it just like become about everybody else and not yourself?
Yeah, because then Lindy, so who had met up? Lindy, Stasha, and somebody else met up. Morgan met up.
And that's when
it was a little
Stasha was like, girl, when I heard y'all had sex, I was a little concerned. So we talked about that. Y'all. But she started crying. The dramatics of it all.
Because she said she'd been pressured before, and she could tell that, and they probably have had offline conversations, of course, about probably her literally probably saying she felt pressured to do it.
But why are these people crying about other people's relationship, and they just met these other people 2 weeks ago?
Because they love them. They already told
They always tell each other they love each other.
We just love you. We don't want you. And then Lindy didn't make it no better, because she kind of was proving Stasha's point, because she's sitting up there talking like a battered wife, like, oh no, this is not it. It was beautiful. It's my husband. And it was a moment.
They both said it was beautiful. The Miguel had the same response. Miguel said it was amazing. It was just natural.
Yeah, like
I didn't expect
but how
it to.
she was explaining
Miguel said he made love, child.
Yeah, and he was very passionate. But how she was explaining it, y'all, she was explaining it like she was like, blink twice if you okay, because girl. But then I was like, well, she was in that, she like she said that's weaponized sexuality and all that stuff. So maybe she feels like that's how you got to talk about it. I don't know, but it could have been that damn beautiful.
So the other thing is, Stasha asked her that, so then she flipped it, and Lindy was like, so I've been wanting to ask you, do you think Nate is genuine? Because he's always on his phone.
But to me, that was very passive aggressive when Lindy did that. I do not think it was genuine. I think Stasha told them he's always on his phone, girl. He getting on my nerves, and she tried to flip it on her on TV, and it's trying to come off as being concerned, but so Lindy was really trying to get at
they messy here. They were messy. I was like, okay, so she tells you one thing, you tell her one thing, and now it's a competition about who has the worst husband. Whoa.
And then Stasha brought it back at the group dinner when she kind of low key was about to go at Miguel.
Before the mariachi band came down, she was gonna go in.
Oh my gosh, these people are petty.
Yes, they are. So we've already been on for 26 minutes. So final scene was the group dinner.
Yeah, the group dinner, y'all. That was a hot ass mess. That was the best scene, though.
It was absolutely the best scene. They went around as couples talking about their relationship. That's when we found out that Stasha was building the house and was gonna let Nate move in.
Nate was like, I hit the jackpot, boom, boom, boom.
And Lindy was like, oh, you got it. Like, Lindy literally gassed it and was being sarcastic as hell, y'all. Like, what kind of competition dating show is this? Because they were all trying to show that the other couples are worse than them. Like, I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know how, and I don't know why. Now, Morgan talked herself into her own terrible situation because she done told everybody that she don't care about nobody but herself. And then I just couldn't take the fact
Morgan, that
Alexis and Justin were across the table talking about them like they were like couple number one, and it bothered me. Now I get it, like
Alexis and Justin want to be Woody and Imani so bad.
They do. They want to be the most perfect couple. Oh, and then so Justin did have a conversation with Ben about the secret or whatever. Like,
and Ben was trying to give Morgan the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and then Justin was like, "You're perfect. You're a perfect husband."
I just know you.
How do you know this? You have known this man for 2 weeks.
He don't want to go on dates, but you saying that he's the perfect husband.
Perfect. So I was just like, what is happening here? So Justin is over here caping for Ben, but Ben was actually okay with things until Justin's
trying to ruin their marriage.
Because they want to win the competition.
Because Justin knows that he wants.
Because it's like Survivor / Love Island / I don't know what it is, but it's some type of competition mentality that Alexis and Justin think that they have to be the best, and that like them being so perfect. Okay, so what happened was at the dinner, Justin got very worked up over this relationship that was not his. I don't understand it. Also, Miguel was going for people. Miguel was coming for people's necks. Like, sir, like, y'all, nobody is perfect here. Y'all are all brand new. Why are y'all doing this? It was just very, it was giving me like reality producers was like, say this, say that. Make sure y'all talk about this. Make sure you talk about that. Like, why are y'all not focused on your own marriages? It was just the most absurd, forward, intrusive group conversation that I think I've ever seen. People calling people out about things that are not their marriage.
Yeah, they were calling Morgan out. Miguel was calling everybody out. It was too much.
It was way.
And
too
then
much.
I'm glad they called Alexis out with the same thing. When he said he about to be cooking, cleaning, doing everything, and they was like, "Well, then Alexis, what are you doing?
Right?
Why you calling Morgan out? You want the same
I
thing.
support my man behind closed doors,
emotionally and
girl.
But you and Morgan in the same boat. You just finagled it better.
Yeah, you just didn't make it sound bad, but it's the same thing. He said he told her when they were on their group date, "Oh, I'm so glad that I'll be home. I'll be able to take care of things. I'll do like they had already talked about it. So then he brought it up again because he thinks that makes him perfect. And then boom, Alexis is looking crazy. He got Alexis looking crazy. Morgan had been looking crazy. Everybody's the same. And her man is always crying. So how perfect is that? So, what else happened? So Stasha and that house, I'm confused. When are they moving into the house? Stasha, don't do it. Have you seen the videos of the people moving in and you can't get them out? You can't evict them. Like, and please do not. On national TV. And California is a very I feel like it's a friendly state to tenant rights. And he's finna be your tenant and your roommate and not your husband. Nate is not bringing nothing to the table. So then,
dang, Nate,
he's not bringing anything to the table.
Nothing.
Okay, so
the band came and messed up. The band came. Stasha tried to attack Miguel.
She was finna be on his.
So she was mad because he was talking about her man, but Lindy threw Miguel under the bus.
Prior to them sitting, right? That we forgot about the main thing with Lindy and Miguel. Prior to them sitting at dinner at the little cocktail hour, he tells everybody that Miguel thinks it's an 8-week process. Now Miguel's not wrong, but him saying it in that way does make it feel like he's only in it for 8 weeks. But in the grand scheme of things, everybody's in it for 8 weeks until they decide that it's a wrap, that they're either in or out.
He didn't go in because I think he's the only one being
squatters, right? Exactly.
I think he's the only one being truthful. He didn't go in thinking this is gonna be forever. He said it might be forever.
It might not.
But look,
but that's what everybody is doing.
You would think so, but people are against him saying that. It's especially Lindy, and then how Lindy is flipping it. Lindy is a little manipulative, y'all. We got to watch out for Lindy. She's passive aggressive. How she did Stasha, which is why I'm glad. And she actually threw Miguel under the bus by doing that, saying Miguel thinks that this about this.
It's 8 weeks, and then about Nate,
yes. All he does is he's a little she said all those things. So then Stasha had to come back at Miguel because she ain't like her talking about her man. And Lindy was gonna sit there looking dumb and like, oh, we got this. Everyone's trying to be.
And then they were telling each other. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If somebody come from my sorry guys. If anybody comes from my man, I'm definitely going to
I ain't mad at
stand in.
No, I'm not mad at her.
In the moment.
Lindy did too much. When she came, it was passive aggressive. It wasn't genuine. Even though everybody probably feels that way, you already know she already feels that way. So why are you bringing us up on camera? It was not a genuine thing. She genuinely brought that up about you.
But then here's the thing: if that happens, and then I sit down at dinner and I hear that this man finna move into her brand new, newly built house, I just start to think that it's I just feel like the timing and the way everything was communicated. I'm not sure I could have held back either because Nate is just not. He's bad. Nate is. He's taking advantage. He's there for the money.
Lindy is a church girl, Karen.
She is.
She kind of scares me because she
is.
So Lindy is a flip flop. Yeah.
So final scenes after Alexis and Justin talked stuff about Ben and Morgan. They go back to the hotel and Alexis has to calm Justin down because he's so upset that she's taking advantage of Ben. And it's Justin, that's not your relationship. Justin, that ain't got nothing to do with you.
Baby.
And she called him baby 95 times. Oh, at dinner she said she loves him because I love this man. I don't believe them. I don't believe her. She's drunk and high
all the time.
It's just, I don't believe them. And this little show that they're putting on is making me relish in the fact that we know they're going to fail. They're not fail, but we know they're going to hit some road bumps. And so it's y'all are not perfect and y'all are going to have issues too. Everyone in this whole process always has issues. Why are you acting like you're not?
Yeah. And then he started crying, y'all.
So, yes. Oh my gosh. When she called him Coco Melon ass face, I said, what?
I died.
I
know Coco Melon characters look.
I said, what in the insult is going on? She insulted him on camera for everyone to see. And I don't have children that watch Coco Melon. So I immediately went to Google to see what Coco Melon kids look like. And they look like children, and he looks like a child and a woman. And so she basically told him, because he don't have facial hair, that he looked like a caricature. Like, is that what we were doing here, y'all?
Yeah. When she said
she insulted him, and he was like, I don't care. Like, huh? She called him baby 95 times. She was wiping his tears, and then she talked shit about him crying in the same moment.
She was drunk, y'all.
And why was he crying? Why was he crying?
Because he didn't want her to judge him.
No, he was crying
because he loves Nate so much.
Because he loves not Nate.
I mean, he
Ben.
loves Ben so much.
He was crying because Ben was being taken advantage of. What? He said, I mean, he didn't get cheated. It's not on the experts. It's on her. She's doing this to him. What? What in the... I just felt like...
Y'all... I promise you, we have never seen a group of 10 people worse than this group.
So nutty.
No, there's only 2 half-sane ones on the entire show. And I've never seen it. We have never seen it. This is literally the worst group of individual people.
Well, okay.
They're bizarre. They are bizarre.
They're just weirdos. Like, what is... I was like, these people are nuts. Every single one.
Yes. It just doesn't make sense. Like, are they giving them drugs? Like, I'm confused. I said, these people are effing weirdos.
They are. It's
just confusing me.
So, okay. So the final thoughts here are: nobody should stay together. No one should stay together. I think everybody gonna stay together except for Mitch and Kristen and Ben and Morgan. I think 3 couples are gonna stay together. I do not think Ben and Morgan are gonna stay together. I do not think Mitch and Kristen are gonna stay together. But I think Stasha and Nate. That's my predictions. Stasha and Nate. What's the name? Lindy, Miguel, and Justin and Alexis are gonna stay together. What you think?
I think the same thing, actually. But I don't think they're gonna be. I don't think only one couple's gonna make it, like last season, and that might be
Lindy and Miguel. I think Lindy and Miguel could actually go the long haul. Yeah. That's it.
So I don't know who's gonna say yes to this today, but nobody should, because they drain me, and they're all like just.
Y'all.
I don't know. The only one I think is decent to me is Stasha.
She is decent, but she cannot stay with Nate. Like, that's
no,
not
exactly.
And then she actually is a very typical successful Black woman in her 30s that's doing well for herself, and so it's probably pretty hard for her to date a little bit. And it's just gonna take some time. She's gonna find somebody though. She'll be good.
I think she's gonna say yes, but I really hope they're not together.
They're going to say yes. She is not. I agree. So as far as who's gonna stay together long term, exactly like you said, just Miguel and Lindy. I do think they'll be together.
Unless he put it down real crazy and she don't know what to do.
No, they gonna stay together. Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, y'all. It's been almost 40 minutes. Every time we on live, it'd be way longer. But
okay, they said none of them will make it long term. Okay, y'all. Well, thank you.
All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.